Perfect, Kimi. A bit of a history about you and cars. What was your first road car, and what was special about it?
It was Lada, and nothing special about it. I mean, I got it for free when I got my driving license, and it took me from place A to place B, so it worked out well for me.
How did you learn to drive a car? Did you go lessons or?
No, I mean, obviously, I started from go-karts, but we could, when we were, I don't remember how old, maybe 10 or something, we were driving road cars at our not garden, but on our yards, and with my brother, so, you know, obviously from there, so very early, and then doing go-karts and stuff, so obviously that helped.
Obviously Finland is quite a small country that has produced so many great stars in motorsport, Formula 1 rallying. What is that Finnish people have that make them have such a great feeling with the car?
I don't know, I mean, people always ask that, but I don't think there is any special thing that we as a Finns do, or some secrets. It's just happened to be like that. I think motorsport is pretty popular in Finland. There's a lot of places that you can go and drive, even when you don't have driving license, tracks and you know, rally stages that are closed, or there's a different series that even when you're 15 you're allowed to enter. So I think that's obviously beneficial. I think a lot of people live in countryside, so you have fields where you can, you know, drive basically night and day when you're young, and yeah, that's probably part of it. But I think also generally motorsport is quite popular there.
And do you drive a Stelvio also in your private life?
Yeah, yes, I do.
What is so special about Italian cars like Alfa Romeo?
I think it's very noticeable what is Italian car, if it's Alfa Romeo or any Italian brand, you know, how they look, and you know, that's probably the biggest difference to many other countries. Obviously these days, more we go onwards, all the cars does look a little bit similar here and there, but it's still you know, Italian design.
Obviously, we've seen on Instagram you receiving one of your old Formula 1 cars. Have you got many of them in your collection?
No, that's obviously I have 2 show cars, but that's the real car and actually running car. So you know, you could go and, you know, at the track and go around and practice, but obviously you need quite a few mechanics on these days with the F1 cars. They're pretty complicated, so that's the only one.
And we've seen also videos, obviously, of your son Robin driving go-karts. Has he tried already steering a road car?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on my laps sometimes when we're at the home in our yard, or, you know, our summer place, and so. But I think in the end, it's, you know, it's the same as driving go-karts. So, you know, if you know how to do that, it's no different to basically drive cars these days. They're all automatic, or most of them. So, obviously when I started, you had to learn to use, you know, clutch and gears. But these days it's a bit more simple. So once you learn to drive go-kart, not crashing it, so it shouldn't be any different really.
You see some of your talent in him, or?
I don't know. I don't look on that side. You know, we go and have fun, and as long as he enjoys it and has fun, it's fine for me. We don't take times and, you know, look all kind of details. I let him to drive where he wants to drive, and I would say maybe in some years' time, if he still likes to do it, then maybe it's a different story. But right now, it's just a hobby and for fun for him.
And obviously, one more question. This is like, you've also got like a motocross team. We've seen you. Would you personally like more, 2 or 4 wheels?
I started with motocross when I was young, before any go-karting, so you know I always wanted to do motocross, but we had bikes, small bikes for me and my brother, and then obviously I think we ruined all our cars and everything, so kind of that made it stop. And then a few years later we went to go-kart track and started from there. But I always been passionate about motocross, and always enjoyed as a riding it, and I don't know. I mean, I enjoy doing it a lot. Obviously, I don't have that much spare time to do it, but it's hard to say. I think in motocross the rider makes bigger difference than in F1. All the bikes are very similar there, so they're different sports. So it's hard to say. I enjoy both of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't do either of them. So.
One last question. You mentioned modern cars being automatic. There's a lot of drive towards electrification of the cars. What do you think about them? How important do you think they are for the future? And would you buy an electric car?
I think whoever wants to car in I don't know how many years time, but they probably will all be electric cars, and for sure they're good. Obviously there are certain limitations comparing to normal, let's say, fuel used cars these days, but I mean, I think generally they will be better for long-lasting effects in the whole world, and we'll see. I mean, I don't think anybody has an exact clear picture what will happen in the future, but I'm obviously nothing against them.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Kimi.